Well. XP farms, though essential, have their own problems. Build an elaborate setup, and then your mechanical arms throw a tantrum. Try the latest design, and extra drops clog it. That all ends today with this new rendition. You can have a reliable Minecraft XP factory no matter the version or the mod pack. And here's how I engineered it. But before we start getting into how to build these things, I'm going to show you how the design and how the farm actually works. So, first things first, we need to get some cobblestone via, cobble generator. We smelt it into stone, however long it takes. There, we got stone, and then we have to haunt it to turn it into infested stone. Now, the infested stone is what has the silverfish in there, and I'll show you what that does. Oh, now it's infested stone. I gotta give it to this dude. Places it, breaks it, turns into silverfish, and this deployer attacks it, and we get a nugget of experience using Create, Enchantment, Industry. So that's how we easily get nuggets. Now I do have old designs. This is my oldest design and my most popular design. It is buggy as all get out. It works only in Create 6.0 plus with Create Enchantment Industry mod. This is what makes it very impossible for older versions, because older versions of Create do not have this wonderful anti-lag feature that allows instant replacement of cobblestone in the cobblestone generator. Then we get the cobblestone from that specialized generator, very flat. We grab the cobblestone, it comes from here. We drop it onto this depot right here so it can get smelted. And this is where we'd have problems. We'd take the smelted stone and put it over here. But in older versions of Create, the mechanical arms are not optimized. And so they would take the unfinished cobble and cycle it back through. But after this turns to stone, it gets shoved in here. And this turns into infested stone, which gets shoved right into this deployer, which gets shoved right into here. Placed, destroyed, etc., etc. This deployer takes all the credit, and then we start getting nuggets of experience. Same principle as the smaller demonstration that we had. This all runs off the principle I showed you in the demonstration. It works just fine. I have created a slim version of the farm that solves the issue with the cobblestone turning into obsidian for older versions, but it did not solve the mechanical arm problem. And that's when I came up with this new prototype that fits the server rack idea that I have had. The XP farm that I made before was the first version of any farm that I had that ran off of the server rack. Where the server rack is just an export belt on the bottom and then an import belt on the top over here. But this is a very nasty prototype that solves all the problems of the old farms. The lava would be placed up here so obsidian wouldn't be accidentally created. And we have one mechanical arm, so no mechanical arm complications with older versions of Minecraft. And it is compatible with mod packs that drop things like silverfish eggs and extra bits and bobs that the silverfish just so happen to drop in those mod packs. I don't know. So that's when I came up with this. Now this works relatively well. It was supposed to be way more efficient. It uses more funnels, more brass funnels, but less mechanical arm complexity. So the cobblestone would go into here. It would go directly onto this depot, then into the item vault. Then from the item vault onto this item drain, roll onto this depot. It would smelt with lava right here. And when it was done, it would haunt with the soul campfire up here. And when that was done, it would go directly into this deployer up here that would place it. Then the drill would break it and the silverfish would drop down into here. If you need help powering any of these machines, don't forget to check out my power tutorial video. Even got a couple extra self-sufficient steam engines if you'd like. But if you might already be able to see a big issue, the silverfish would hide on this depot right here. They just chill, no problem. And this would spew cobble out constantly. like it would constantly spew cobble out everywhere. I'll give you an example. Here we go. The farmer's working at full force, and there's a bit of cobble right there. Oh, it's spitting out. They're spitting out more cobble, and it's not killing the silverfish very quickly. Oh, geez. The idea was for the silverfish to drop down here so we could place as many of these infested stone blocks as possible and get as many silverfish in here as possible, which works in theory, but it is laggy and it causes issues, as you can see. But this wood, yep, here it is. It's starting to export experience, so it is kind of working. But it does have a lot of flaws, which makes it very inefficient. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like the idea of compromise. So that's when I came up with this thing right here. This works. It's flawless. It's flawless in its function. It exports the same amount of XP as the first farm. It uses the mechanical arm if you have an extra add-on with extra silverfish drops. I'll show you how it works. So we got the, where'd it go? There it is. We got the cobblestone generator back up front. Cobblestone goes into here. It's the same principle. It gets stored up in here. Then it drops onto this item drain and smelts on this depot with this lava and encased fan. When it's done and it turns into stone, it gets sent up here by a brass funnel with a filter. So the stone haunts, and then when this stone is done haunting, it goes onto this belt. So now it's infested stone. It gets stored into here, and it goes directly into this deployer, places, and it just works fine. All the experience nuggets go into here. They come out, and if there are any extra drops, they'll go into this chute, which this mechanical arm will pick up. So if you don't have any add-ons whatsoever that add extra drops to the silverfish, you could probably just remove that and replace that. Easy peasy. But if you do have those extra drops, you could add that mechanical arm back in. But again, compromise. What are we compromising here? This has a volume of 72, right? And it works perfectly fine, but it is a little large for what it can do. So what was the best situation or the best thing I could come up with? This thing right here was the best thing I could come up with. I'll turn it on here for you, and I'll explain to you how this all works. This can get you over level 30 in 5 minutes, but this is double the efficiency of this farm. This has dual chambers right here, dual silverfish chambers. And what that means is it is twice the volume as the original farm, but it's double the rate as well. So it's efficient. And this whole thing only uses one mechanical arm. Yes, we got to stick with the mechanical arm with this one. I couldn't find any other solution. I was close, but I couldn't quite get it. Now, how does this all work? We get the cobblestone generator right here. This Create 6.0. It works like this because it's in Create 6.0, but it will work in older versions too. And then all that cobblestone will go into this basin, which will end up on this belt going this way. And it'll smelt. It'll smelt right here. We got the fan going. We could raise or lower that however you please. It don't matter. And so it smelts. And what happens when it's done smelting? It goes into this depot, and as stone, it gets haunted right here. And as soon as it's done being haunted, it turns into infested stone, which is amazing, right? Okay, so how does this, excuse me? How do we feed 2 deployers with infested stone? It's a simple hopper trick. We've been doing this in Minecraft for as long as Minecraft has had hoppers. You know, just a couple stacked hoppers. And this deployer will start deploying infested stone first. And as soon as this one's full, it'll deploy into this one. So this one silverfish chamber kicks in last, but once it's all warmed up, it's working at its full capacity, full efficiency. But here's what we do. We get drills, mine the infested stone in this place. The deployers attack, take most of the credit for the most part. Any extra drops get dropped into these chutes. And because these deployers have an infested stone filter on them, nothing from the shoots will drop into these employers. So if you have silverfish eggs and other drops from silverfish, they'll go into here. And the mechanical arm, if I grab a wrench, I have caps lock on. So if I grab a wrench and go to that mechanical arm, it picks up from the chutes and the depots and deposits directly onto the belts, as you can see in gold. And so we have 1 cobblestone generator, 2 silverfish chambers, and that just makes it ever so slightly more efficient than the first farm. And it makes it more efficient than these two for sure. No cobblestone spewing out. This works with Valkyrian Skies as well because we have that 1 block gap between the different processes. Yada yada. This works with other mod packs because we can collect extra drops too. We can use this in older versions of Create because this doesn't turn to obsidian, and the mechanical arm has a simple task that it can't jumble up. This one works. It actually works. It should work this time. As long as you have Create Enchantment Industry, this thing is possible. In your version, like whatever version of Create or Minecraft has Enchantment Industry at least, this farm will work. I'm going to turn it off real quick and set a timer. Let me grab one. Where'd it go? Yes, timer. 3, 2, 1, go. This is genuinely faster than I thought it would be. I'm already reaching up to 2 minutes and I'm well past 15 levels. And what's your deal? I am not going to attempt to pronounce that name. You're not stealing any of my XP, are you? Stop. I hit level 40, or no. You're messing up my brain. I hit level 30 in 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Whoop-de-doo. So it's a little faster than I thought. We're gonna keep going for the 5 minutes. And time. 34 levels in 5 minutes. That's not too bad. And that's only one of these modules. What we're going to do is we're going to replace this with a fluid tank so we can actually see how much we collect over time. So you could, if you have like a chunk loader, you could let this thing sit here and run with Create Enchantment Industry, and you can just have liquid experience pile and pile up. So you could get to level 30 in 5 minutes with this thing running, but you don't have to be there for that 5 minutes. Okay, so let's turn this thing back on. And this thing will do its thing. So, what are we doing? What do the stats look like? I cannot believe I don't have a clipboard ready for this yet. 1 second. Okie dokie. Now I have the numbers you're looking for. This is the XP farm. It is Server X standard compatible. It is a 9x2x4 package and it has a volume of 72. The stress units 8,704 at 256 RPM. Its rates at 256 RPM. It has 408 levels an hour. It has 7,380 XP nuggets per hour. Okay, efficiency ratings. The sure rating is 102.5. Her rating is 84.7%. The Tur rating is 86.8%. If you want to know what those mean, feel free to drop by in the Discord server and I'll explain it to you. Sound good? Okay. All in all, this is one of the most efficient farms I have ever made. And it's reliable across different versions, mod packs, etc., etc. Yeah, I actually made something really good. We're getting a decent amount of experience. And remember, this is only one farm. It isn't this thin just to look this thin. It is actually compatible right next to itself. So you could, if you really wanted to, stack multiple of these right next to each other, back to back. And then you can have double this output by making it 2 blocks wider, or triple the output by making it a little bit wider by 4 blocks, you know. 4 of them will get you to 12,000 or so levels an hour. It gets you to level 90 in 5 minutes if you have 3 of these stacked next to each other. It's plenty. Oh dear. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for if you want to see more of this stuff, you know, because this is a lot of fun to do. And I want to keep doing it. So for the materials checklist, you will need at least 1 barrel, 1 basin, 4 brass funnels, 2 chutes, 1 clipboard, if you want all the stats and stuff to come with it, 1 cobblestone, 5 cogwheels, 4 deployers, 1 depot, 14 chain encased drives, 2 encased fans, 5 framed glass, 3 gearboxes, 2 hoppers, 1 mechanical arm, 1 mechanical belt, 3 mechanical drills, 9 shafts, and 1 stalled campfire. I would grab some extra framed glass, some framed glass, the framed glass trapdoors, and some extra casing, maybe some chain encased drives if you'd like to decorate this thing. Okay, so how does this work? You will have 1 belt or a server rack kind of ordeal. I'll show you up here. Put 2 shafts. There we go. So you have 1 belt and then you have a belt on top, but we don't need it for this farm. It's over here, and you can probably see the other tutorials I made to see the whole thing and how the whole thing works. I'll probably put a card or a link somewhere so you can see what's what. So what are we going to do? First step. So you pick a place on your belt or server rack. You put a vertical gearbox, a deployer facing up, and it is use. And we put, I forgot already, gearbox, shaft, belt, shaft, or chain encased drive. I think I have that chain encased drive there for aesthetic purposes. Whatever, make a match. Gearbox or shaft. We'll get to that in a minute. Then chain encased drive. Cogwheel? No, not that way either. I said cogwheel. Okay, and then a fan, an empty space, a brass funnel. Before I miss out on it, this funnel right here is for anti-jam. Okie dokie, then we get ourselves a hopper that I messed up on. Here we go, hopper pointing into that deployer. We mechanical arm and cog. Well, we don't need that mechanical arm there just yet. You might as well stack the chain encased drives all the way up to the top as well as the cogs for future. Alrighty, we need basin. We need a brass funnel that outputs exactly 64. Yes, exactly 64. We need an empty space. We need a chute. We need what's over there? An empty space. And then chain encased drive. And then another chain encased drive. And then 2 gearboxes. And then a deployer facing up. Ta-da. We'll have a hopper going into here. And then I'm just copying over there. We need a depot. The funnel going in. And yep, that's what you need. And before we continue, we must put a little infested stone filter on this deployer right here. And then we put a stone filter on this funnel right here so we don't cause issues. Here we go, fun part. We need a drill this way. You'll have cobblestone right here. We'll need a drill right here. We will need an encased chain drive right here. Might as well bring it up a little bit. We need another drill right here. We need a deployer right here. A deployer, not right there, not yet. We need 2 chain encased drives this way. We also need a shaft, a fan, some salt campfire, a barrel, and I don't have it on me. Well, it's right here. A chute. Chute. Grab your infested stone or your filter. Also place it on this deployer. Don't need that anymore. Brass funnel facing this way. Grab yourself an infested stone filter that you just put away and put it on there. Grab yourself a block of your choice. You can fill in these blocks right here. You need that block filled in. Definitely. I'm going to fill this part in too. This block here definitely filled. Or no, not that one. Next, we're going to get some chain encased drives. Put them right there. Put shafts all the way down through here, except for right there. and I broke my drill, but that's okay. We could fix that. And we put a drill up here as well. And anything else? No, look at that. And we need a deployer. We need a deployer. There we go, deployer. And a lot of glass. I can't help but get the feeling that I messed up. Yep. Then we get chain case drives, then a mechanical drill. A block right here. Kind of block that off. You don't need that anymore. We can grab some coverings. The coverings aren't super necessary, but they're nice. Cover the lava up. I like to cover the belt up so items don't fly out. And it creates a cool kind of window. Place cobblestone there. Water, lava, close that, and lava right here. Don't think I needed it anywhere else. I think she's about good to go. Almost. We have a couple steps we still need to cover, like the mechanical arm. So for the mechanical arm, we extract from the 2 chutes, we extract from the 2 deployers, and we deposit onto the belts. Can't help but get the feeling I'm missing something. The only way we could tell is if we turn it on. Ah, yes, I am missing something. You grab a wrench and you set these deployers to attack. That is mighty important. Oh, yes, also smooth stone filter. Filter out the smooth stone so you don't start spitting out cobble, and then everything should start running. So if the fans are going the wrong way and the belt is going the wrong way as well, this gearbox is the culprit. Or either one of these 2 gearboxes, either one of these 3. No, keep that one. You can either swap out this gearbox or that gearbox. Oh, look, they're not gearboxes anymore. What to do? They're shafts. How cheap. Now, if the belt was going in the correct direction and the fans weren't, it'd be this gearbox right here. And you can just swap that out. As you can see, they're rotating the wrong way, so I gotta put the gearbox back. Gearbox goes back. There we go. And now everything's working normally. So 1 chamber is running, and we are building up quite quickly. And if you want to add that little extra touch of, visual appeal, kind of swap those out for casings, put casings on all your cogs, your shafts. Now it looks kind of fancy. Here we go. I'll make the schematic for you. It shall be the server rack standard 9x2x4 XP farm. Done. And I'll share that with you. Let's place it in. Click, click. Ah. And all of these should work just fine in conjunction with each other. As you can see here, this is the only farm being powered, and it is the only one working. So these are compatible right next to each other. You just have to hook them up via the belt, or if you really wanted to, connect them like that, and they all still work. Now we could place this farm into the server rack, but I'd rather place it somewhere over here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some super glue, glue from right here to make it a box. Grab our crane here, drop it down. Now in theory this should work. Yes it does. Now we could bring this over and drop it. Perfect. Just give it a little bit of glue and she's good to go. Decouple, lift, hypo, reassemble the train, and I think we are off. Let me get down here. Thank you. Here we go. We're taking off with our farm. Isn't that nifty? You could put this farm on trains and take it, well, anywhere you please. So you could about take this farm. Ooh, that's gotten a little close. You could take this farm just about anywhere, as long as you have train, or you could probably turn it into a contraption. It does work with Valkyrian Skies, so you just might be able to put it on a Valkyrian Skies vehicle, whatever you make, clockwork vehicle, yada yada, yada dee.